Transformational Vedic Astrology on the Vastu Creations YouTube channel. My name is Michael Mastro, and today we're going to look at the chart for the lawyer Michael Avenatti. Very takes very high-profile, famous cases, very successful. If you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with the Virgo, rising at 28 degrees. 28 degrees becomes the most effective point of every house, and any planets or eclipse points like Rahu and Ketu and Sun that are within, well, Sun's not within 5 degrees, but Rahu and Ketu, I think, are the only ones that are within 5 degrees. They have a lot of impact in the chart, especially for a Virgo anyway. So we want to look and see how the planets are operating, and we want to see when they're operating, because not everything happened at once. We'll look at the events in his life and how they're related to the planetary dasha periods, and then we'll look and see what we could do to strengthen this person's chart. So first off, we look to see where the Multikona signs are. They take precedence. So we have the fourth sign of Cancer, ruled by Moon, in the 11th house. So this person is, wherever these Multikona signs are, that's what that person is really learning about in this lifetime, the lessons of that house. So he's learning about how to create income, have social connections, fulfill his desires. Then the fifth sign of Leo, ruled by Sun, in the 12th house, learning about not fitting in, being different, separate, possibly spiritual growth through letting go of attachments. Also, it could be prison, confinement, and he was sentenced to prison. Then we have the sixth sign of Virgo, ruled by Mercury, the ruler of the house. Now, learning how to have a strong sense of self and self-esteem, a strong sense of self-purpose, what he came here to do, to defend people. And then we have the seventh sign of Libra, ruled by Venus in the second house. Second house has to do with wealth and fame, reputation, and the continuation of the marital bond, so the stability in relationships. Then we have the Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter in the fourth house. So focus on home life, vehicles. He was a race car driver, happiness, properties, lots of properties. Then we have the 11th sign of Aquarius, ruled by Saturn in that sixth house. So this person is really focused on legal issues and conflict. Then we have the first sign of Aries, ruled by Mars in the house of transformation, windfalls. He gained a lot of money through these high-profile cases and through a lot of research into digging up things on people, political dirt, and also legal dirt, in his high-profile cases. So those are how the planets are operating. Now we're going to look and see how they operate individually. So the sun, and so wherever you see Multikona signs in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th house, for Virgo, it's all three houses. You have Saturn can cause challenges. It is functional malefic. Then we have Mars, can cause challenges, as well as Sun. So Sun is what's said to be a functional malefic planet, and it is also afflicted by Rahu. It's, within 5 degrees of Rahu. It rules this house of losses and expenses. So it gives losses and expenses through conflict with government and actually prison in his situation. Then we have a weak moon. It's afflicted by Saturn within 5 degrees, 7 houses away. And Moon is ruling the house of income. So it gives income and fulfillment of desires and social connections through Moon, which is counseling, compassion, with high-profile public cases. Moon is public. And then we have functional malefic Mars at 22 degrees. And it is afflicted by Saturn as well. No, not so much Saturn. Oh, yeah, so Saturn. No, let's see. Anyway, it is Mars is giving him these windfalls. Excuse me, Mercury's afflicted by Saturn. So Mercury is the ruler of the sign, and it gives him persuasive communication and speech, brash personality. Mars there too, and gives him Mars gives the research, and then Mercury's giving this charismatic, high-profile personality, persuasive speech and communication through his debating lawyerly skills. And then we have strong intellect and creativity. It's in the house of creativity. And then we have Jupiter. Jupiter is ruling the house of happiness. So it gives happiness, property, home life, and race cars, and it's sitting in the house of success. So it gives, and Jupiter itself is law, and it's justice. So happiness through defending people through law, success, all connected like that. And then we have a debilitated in Navamsa Venus, so it's weak, and it is ruling the house of wealth and the continuation of the marital bond, sitting in the house of family and happiness and property and vehicles. So it again connects wealth and through vehicles, race car driving, and Venus itself is law. And so, again, that connection, his career is definitely focused on law. So there's no Multrikona sign in the career house, so it goes to the second house. Second house is a Multrikona sign ruled by Venus, so Venus is law, wealth, a career, and wealth through law. And then we have Saturn, and it's close to the most effective point. So it afflicts the second house of reputation, the fifth house of investments, and it rules this house of litigation and conflict, sitting in the house of windfall, so huge, gain of money through litigation, and through research as well, sitting in that house of research. So he was the he represented Paris Hilton and Stormy Daniels and several other. Stormy Daniels was the person that Donald Trump had an affair with, and they tried to cover it up, and during the race for president, and so he was the one that really was defending Stormy Daniels and exposing all of that. Then we have Rahu and Ketu at 0 degrees, close to the most effective point, which is 28, within 5 degrees. So they are afflicting the 6th house of conflict and legal issues, the 10th house of career, the 12th house of losses and expenses and prison, 4th house of family and happiness, and the 8th house of setbacks. So it gives a desire for litigation and conflict and insights into how to separate himself to defend these clients, even though he may not believe in them. So let's look and see the timing of events. He got married in 2011 during a Venus period, Venus's wife and relationships. He got a divorce in 2017 during a Rahu period. So Rahu's sitting in the house, representing the house of divorce. And then you have ran for, let's see, got disbarred in 2019 during a Saturn period, death-like experiences or losses of his career. And then we have ran for, or was going to put in a bid for a candidate for president in 2018 during a Jupiter period, Jupiter representing government. Then he got sentenced to prison on the July 8th, 2021 during a Mercury Saturn period. Again, death-like experiences and huge transformation. So here's the transit chart on that day, and you can see so many things. The inner circle is where the planets were on that day. The outer circle is where they were when he was born. So you have Saturn, natal transit Saturn afflicting natal Mercury, because Saturn's malefic. So, causing harm to the personality and the self, and through litigation and conflict. And then you have natal Sun, representing losses, afflicting transit Jupiter, which is representing his happiness, so loss of happiness, basically, and through prison, time in prison, Sun. And then you have Sun, a transit Sun, afflicting natal Venus, affecting the relationship, his wealth, so he lost a lot of money in this process, and vehicles and property. And then we have Mars inflicting transit Mars afflicting transit Venus. So Mars again is this death-like experiences afflicting Venus, so causing challenges to his marriage, his wealth, his reputation. So a lot of things going on. Not a great day for him. As you can see, this is really, really accurate form of astrology. If you would like to get a reading, go to before I go to that, let's see what we could do to strengthen the chart. So first of all, we want to transform, not strengthen the malefics. So Rahu, helping people who cannot help themselves, charities. K2, helping religious or spiritual organizations. And then Mars, helping men that are like brothers. Saturn, helping also people that cannot help themselves. There are mantras that would transform all these planets as well. Sun, helping also men that are like fathers. So he did do some charity work. It, helped him quite a bit, but in the end, he kind of lost out with this prison sentence. The other planets, if you could strengthen Mercury by wearing green, emeralds, Venus by wearing diamonds, helping women wearing white, Mars by wearing red, no, not Mars, Jupiter by wearing yellow, yellow stone like a yellow sapphire, Moon, pearl, wearing a pearl, wearing white clothing. So you could do that, or you could wear a kavash, that is a silver locket that we sell on our website, vastucreations.com. Based on your chart, we place the Devata yantras for the planets that we want to strengthen. And it's very economical, but more powerful than the gemstones remedy for anyone's chart. So if you'd like to get a reading, go to www.vastucreations.com under services. Or if you would like to learn transformation Vedic astrology, you can go to American Institute of Vastu.com. Again, I'm Michael Mastro. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next time.